It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Hello to all. Welcome to Divas That Care Network. I am Joyce Benning, and I will be your host for this absolutely invigorating, robust lifestyle show. I would first like to thank each one of our listeners that have tuned in live today and the ones that will be listening to the recording on the podcast. I am just so very grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. And you are all in for an amazing show today, as I have with me my incredible monthly returning diva, Beth Lauren Parrish. And her and I are going to chat about breathing in balance. Oh my, are you guys in for a special show today? Beth, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners today?
Of course. Thank you so much, Joyce. I'm Beth Lauren Parrish, and my business is Inspired Riding. I'm a certified riding instructor, remote coach, and rapid transformational therapy practitioner, which is a powerful form of hypnotherapy. And I encourage my clients all over the world to slow down, trust their intuition, listen to their horses deeply so they can truly have a co-creative, beautiful dance with their horses, whether they're on the ground or on their backs. And we have a lot of fun doing it.
Oh, I love that. And I love how you added, and we have a lot of fun doing that. Because, oh my, isn't that that's what's so awesome, to put the fun back into life again. Oh, I love that. And how you said you are co-creating the dance around the world with others. And that is just incredible. As you and I were just chatting before the show, you have clients all over the world, and that is just fabulous. Oh, I love it. Well, as our topic is breathing in balance, how would you like to start to share with our listeners today about breathing in balance?
Well, I want to invite you and myself and everyone listening to just take a deep breath. Let's just start with that. So let's breathe in and breathe out and just release any tension that you've got right now. And just feel how nice it is to just consciously focus on your breath right now. Because so many times when we are going about our days and we notice that we're just feeling a little off, whether it's mentally, physically, or spiritually, it all comes back to how we're breathing. Because usually we've stopped breathing, we're holding our breath, we're bracing against the world. And of course, with everything going on, there's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of strife. And you know, if anyone's listening to this, they're probably more empathic than most others. So a lot of us want to see if there's a way to help in any way we can. And in doing so, we often compromise our own physical being because we're holding our breath, we're feeling sad, we're feeling, out of sorts, trying to figure out how can we help. And when we do that, then we're actually throwing our lives off balance. But if we can actually focus on our breath, we can bring our mind, our thoughts into balance. We can bring our physical body back into balance, and we can bring our spirit into balance. So you can think of your breath as your spirit, and you can invite it back home by taking those deeper breaths and letting your breath come all the way down into your belly, down into your butt, down all the way down to your feet, anchored down into the earth. Breathe with the earth. If you have an animal nearby, see if you can sync up with their breathing. And then the more you start to take these moments throughout the day, and it doesn't have to be long, but just remind yourself, I'm breathing into balance, your whole life will start to shift. And then you can, from there, own your power and really help in any way you can, in any form you can, even if it's just holding space and sending love out to the world. So that's how I start.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And that is so true, because how many times when we're holding tension and all at once we're going, I'm hardly breathing. I forgot to take a breath.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's just amazing. And I love how you said, let your breath be your spirit and start to own your power. because it's so true. And I think it's so true of women. We're always so busy trying to help everyone else and trying to get things done for everyone else, we forget about ourselves. And to me, it starts with ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves first, and then you'll be amazed how much more you can give out to the world. So, I love that on how to start with breathing in balance. Those were great tips.
Thank you. And, as I've mentioned before, I always have a theme with my connection group for my inspired riders, and this theme was breathe and balance. And we do meditations in our Zoom meetings, and we invite our inner guidance to give us ideas, and also our horses. And Pepper gave me a really clear indication that I needed to breathe bigger, in a sense that I was breathing through my whole body in a 360 way, and that would actually create better balance in the saddle. It would create better posture. And then it would also invite me to look around more instead of getting stuck to staring at him. Because, our human nature is to look down at our phone, look down at our horse. So by breathing, you're actually creating better balance. Breathing that consciously, you're creating better balance. And then you can look around and then have more focus and be better aligned. And it was really cool, because then I started practicing in real time with him, even in hand. If I wasn't breathing into my body that way and wasn't looking where I was going and having my body aligned, he wouldn't walk with me. But as soon as I came back to my breath, he was like, there you are. Okay, I go with you. It's really cool.
Oh, that is awesome, because horses are so sensitive to everything. There's, as you just said, they're sensitive to our breathing. They're sensitive to our movement. They know. He was so much more, you were so much more co-creating your dance when you were breathing, and he could feel that, and he felt more relaxed too, just like you were feeling. Oh, that was a great example. I love that. And horses are such good teachers if we only open up and listen to them, open our hearts and listen to what they tell us. They have so much knowledge to share. And that was just one little piece of knowledge he shared with you, and I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just saying how he is really my best teacher. I think I wrote that in a post recently. And he's just so good about bringing me back to the present moment. Because if I'm thinking about something else, he's like, where'd you go? Come back. Or if he's thinking about something else, I can do the same for him. I'll do a horse breath, like, and then he does it too. He's like, oh yeah, you're right. Let's get back together. So we do it for each other, and it's really a nice thing. That's where it becomes really co-creative that way. So I'll invite him to do something, he'll invite me to do something, and we find our happy middle.
And you're both in the present moment, and that's what's so beautiful, because my horses have taught me that so much, and they remind me of that, of so much. Just be in the present moment and enjoy this moment together. And I love how you are helping each other. You're reminding him, and he's reminding you. And what a beautiful dance you have together then.
It's fun. And it's always making me smile, because I have that tendency, because I have so many thoughts, and a lot of them are just really creative ones, like, oh, what should I do now, or should we do this? And he's like, just focus on where we are, lady. A lot of it is not necessarily bad, like, oh no, what if this happens? Like, hey, what if we could do this? And he's like, just let's focus on me with you, and let's see what we can do together. So he really reminds me, even though I want to be creative and fun, to also just focus on the pony underneath me, So really it comes down to, when you are feeling out of sorts in any way, to come back to the present moment, just start focusing on your breath. And there was a really cool saying. I love doing yoga with Adrienne. I have her app, and I at least once a week with my clients. They join me on Thursday mornings, and I'll dial up one of the wonderful classes that she has. And one of them was really cool. She said, think of your breath as your anchor, and your anchor is your breath. And what does an anchor do? It brings you back into balance, right? So then if you're anchored, then your whole body can just feel like it's grounded and connected to the earth. And then you can kind of float around like a tree if you need to, and let your branches sway, but then you're also really powerful at the same time with that breath. It's really amazing. If you think about it that way. And I love just being creative with how can I remind myself to breathe more consciously, so little mantras like that. My breath is my anchor is my breath. Like saying that out loud is really helpful.
I love that.
Yeah. So it's really fun to play with. And then you do that while you're actually doing your yoga, because then it reminds you to breathe. You have to bring your breath to the movement. Otherwise, you're going to strain something. Oh, which reminds me, this morning I was driving back from the grocery store, and I got warm, so I went to take my vest off at a stoplight, and my whole left side of my neck seized up. And I literally went, no, I'm not doing that. And I placed my hand on my neck, and I took some deep breaths, and I imagined it just melting away as I was breathing. So I was bringing conscious breath to it, along with the consciousness that I am that powerful that I can allow that pain to melt away, and I can jump into the reality where my neck feels fine. And like 2 minutes later, it was all better. I was like, yes. Whereas like an older version of me a younger version of me in the past would have been like, oh no, my neck is done now. I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the day, Yeah. So like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. So it's amazing how powerful you can feel when you use that breath into the balance. Yep.
Oh, what a beautiful example. I love that, of your conscious breath, and how you said, nope, it's kind of like, I'm not taking that turn there. I'm not going there with you, Nick. You're going to cooperate today. So let's just get this done and over with right now. I love it. Oh, that is really a good example of where anchor is your breath and breath is your anchor, because you were using your breathing to take away the pain and tension that you started to feel in your neck. I'm going to remember that one, because that's where my tension goes, is in my neck. And I'm like, I don't have time for you today. We can't do this today.
Yeah, and then you can also use a little bit of what I've learned from the hypnotherapy. There's, in rapid transformational therapy, she calls it command cell therapy. So you can literally like touch your neck and say, okay, cells, I need you to listen up and go back to your original blueprint where you're perfectly healthy and you're functioning beautifully. And you just start saying, I'm commanding, I'm instructing, I'm compelling my cells to go back to their original blueprint. And then you're also owning that power that you're talking to your cells, your DNA, like, hey, listen up. And your body's always listening. So you might as well use it for good stuff.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that is such a great example, because there's so many of us that hold tension in different parts of our body. And I truly believe that, because I know I experience it myself a lot, because I can feel it. If I get stressed, I'm like, okay, Nick, yeah, that's the first place it goes. So I'm like, yeah. Okay. Oh, this is awesome. I am learning. This is great. I love it. Beth?
I love it. Yeah. So come back to your breath and own your power and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. And you can also like imagine. Sometimes I'll imagine my perfect blueprint, and then I'll either feel like my energy jumping into it, or I'm allowing it to just integrate into my body. So you can just let it be like a fun imagery if you're into that. So.
Oh, that is just great. I love that, because it also brings to my mind, as you're focusing on your breath and focusing on your perfect blueprint, you're bringing all that energy back into your body, too, of that perfect blueprint by just breathing and just having maybe your hand on it and letting your thoughts, wherever that tension is being held, to feel that positive energy to come back into your body and to help you to feel better at that time. Oh, that is great. That was something that came to my mind, too, was about the energy coming back in on your perfect blueprint. Wow.
Oh, good. I'm glad that helped. That's awesome.
Yes, that is fantastic. Wow. Oh, my. This is great. I'm going to let you continue. You've got so many examples. This is fantastic, Beth.
So thank you. So last night I've been starting a book up by Robert Moss about dreaming. He has a ton of books out there. I don't remember the title offhand right now. It's in the other room. But it got me thinking about, I've had some intense dreams over the years, so much so that I've actually written a fiction book with a lot of my dreams in it, and it all kind of worked together. It was amazing. But in any case, I'm thinking specifically about one dream I had while I was in college, and I think I was just stressed about a lot of things, trying to figure out the direction of my life. And I had a dream that I saw a tornado, and it was coming towards me, and it felt so real, and it got really, really loud. You know how tornadoes get so loud. And it was like so intense. And then the next thing you know, I'm inside the vortex of the tornado, and everything got so quiet, and all I could hear was my breathing. And I was like, and I woke up and went, I just need to breathe. That was pretty amazing. Yeah, it was a heck of a message, and I'll never forget that. And this is over 20 years ago now. So,
oh wow,
yeah.
Wow! And way back then, it was telling you how important breathing is to bring yourself into balance.
Yes, exactly.
To get everything aligned. Oh, that was a fabulous teaching dream that you probably never even realized. You said you had just done a class with your group here about the breathe-in balance. And now, 20 years ago, you kind of had that dream, which was maybe, I almost kind of see it as a vision into your future of something that you would be sharing with others to help others to breathe into balance. Oh, how beautiful.
Absolutely. Well, I think if you had talked to any of my clients in real time when I was teaching full-time, 5 to 6 lessons a day, I think the most common thing that they would have said that I would repeat on and on is like, okay, keep breathing. Take a breath. I could see you're holding your breath. Your horse can feel it. It's like a common theme. Like, I just kept watching. And I can even see it in the remote lessons. I was like, you need to breathe right now. It's amazing. So, yeah, that's one of the common things, because as soon as you hold your breath, which happens so much with riders, and I do it too, because we're just so focused and we want to get it right. We want to make sure we're feeling just right with our horses. We want to, do all the mechanics correctly. And then next thing you know, we're like, wait, I totally left my body and I'm not breathing. So you have to just remember to come back to that. So I have little bookmarks that I always teach, like wiggling the toes, just taking a horse breath, or just touching my pony's mane and breathing and talking. I often remind my clients it's cool to sing or hum, because that gets your breath moving. And a lot of my clients are talking to me while I'm teaching, or they're talking to their horse, and so that helps the breath go as well. And then sometimes I can see if they get frustrated. I'm like, okay, you just need to take a really deep breath and just allow yourself to be in the moment with your horse and not ask for anything and just hang out.
Yeah.
And that really helps. And then the horse appreciates that so much, because horses in general, they're so willing, but man, they get asked for a lot all the time. They're like, can you just take a moment and process, please? So that any horse people are listening, if your horse just stops randomly, don't automatically go, come on, go. Just take a moment with them and be with them and be present and enjoy the fact that they let you sit on them. And then see where that takes you, and really, really start to expand your patience button, and the breath will help. So the more you breathe into those situations, the less you'll be frustrated, and the more you're going to feel into the magic of being with your horse.
Wow.
Definitely.
Oh, how true that.
Yeah.
How true that is, the magic of being with your horse. That just brings to mind yesterday we went out on a ride, and it's just beautiful here right now because all the trees are changing. It's so gorgeous out, and it was just like my horse and I were just in sync together. We were dancing together. It was magical. She was feeling good, and we were both relaxed, and it was just such a calm, relaxing ride, and it was. I'm just thinking all of this comes back to mind because I was relaxed, she was relaxed, we were both breathing, and we were just enjoying the moment of being together in such a beautiful time. So it is just a beautiful time when you just let them enjoy themselves as much as you're enjoying them. because they do. I know they do. She was ready to go, and she just was there in the moment, and we both were. And it was a great ride. I thanked her over and over, and I thanked her this morning again for giving me such a great ride yesterday. And it's just so much fun when you just start to relax. And like you said, if they need to stop and breathe, let them stop and breathe too. Sometimes they need to just kind of take a breath and look around too and see what their surroundings are, and bring themselves back in, just like us humans need to bring ourselves back in by taking a breath. So, yeah, that was just something that came to my mind when you said the magic of them, and it was magical yesterday. We just had a beautiful ride with another gal of mine, a great friend who I call my adopted daughter. We went out and rode together, and both of our horses were just so relaxed, and we were relaxed, and it was just magical is how I would put it.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I love it. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, you're so welcome. It was fantastic. But there is so much magic around us if we just stop and realize that the magic, I call it there's magic in the air, and there is magic if you just stop and breathe and realize where the magic is and that it's all around you.
Absolutely. And we are magic.
Uh-huh. Oh, how true that is. Oh, I just love that. Well, you are giving us so many tips.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, just breathe into the magic. Breathe in the magic.
Mm-hmm.
So what else would you like to share with our listeners today about breathing in balance and breathing in magic? Now we've brought magic into it, too.
Yeah, I mean, so many times when our thoughts go in a downward spiral, you just notice if you're holding your breath and then just start going, okay, what if I just start breathing, focusing on my breath instead of all these crazy thoughts? And then just notice, like, when you start breathing, how you're able to start shifting your energy, start shifting your emotions back up the spiral instead of down. So I just want to encourage anyone who's feeling down in this moment to start breathing and just going, okay, it's amazing that I'm alive right now. Start with that. It's a magical thing that I'm in this time and space. And then think, how can I bring my magic out into the world? And then start playing with ideas that come in from there. And I just love to get really creative. I'll sit and write in a journal, and I will connect with my future successful self. So you think about the magic of the idea that there are multiple universes, and you can there's a multiverse. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. And that there are parallel universes, let's say, and that you can tap into a different version of yourself, like a doppelganger. And you can imagine that there's one absolutely successful, happy, breathing consciously in balance, and you can tap in with that version and ask for advice. So you can just like get quiet and imagine that you're connecting in a heart level energy and say, hey, what kind of steps do I need to take right now to feel better in this moment? And just notice what comes up, and then you can have a journal and write down things. So that's one of my favorite things to do. I call it the future successful meditation. So many people do it as well. I put it into one of my meditations for my Focus app just because I thought it was so important that people, expand on their magic and think about different possibilities instead of just being stuck where they are. So I think people are often forgetting, or they don't feel like it's worth their time to really like come back and get back to imagining. And that's, I think, such a sad thing, because we have so much to offer from within if we get quiet enough and conscious enough, breathing enough into our spirit and our connection to our bodies, and then our minds can get quiet, and then the most fun ideas will start to bubble up. So I want to encourage people to just breathe more and tap into their dream state more, whether they're awake or sleeping. And you can even like program your dreams before you go to bed. Like, hey, let's come up with a really fun solution for this, and see what comes up when you wake up. So we have so much power within, and I just want to remind people to experiment more. And they don't have to tell anybody. They can just do it on their own. It doesn't have to go on social media, But, let yourself play more. Like, come back to the inner child playfulness. Even if your childhood wasn't great, you can now switch that and say, listen, I'm going to let my inner child come out and play now. She's safe now, or he's safe now. And let's do some fun things with our lives instead of feeling stuck in a pattern. Yep. So a lot came from that, just your breathing.
Boy, it did. I love it. I love it how your heart level energy and expand on your magic and quiet your mind. Quiet your mind and go to your heart level energy. And you will be amazed how it expands on the magic that is inside of you and how you can share it with the world. Oh, Beth, I loved every word that you said today was just phenomenal. It was just great. And this show has gone so quickly, like I knew it would. Every show does that we're together chatting about. And before we close this show, would you please share with our listeners how they can best connect with you, Beth?
Oh, yes, they can email me or find me on social. So they can go to my website, inspiredriding.com. And I like riding horses. And you can just go down to the bottom of the page, the home page, and you'll see the contact button. They can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all at Inspired Riding. And we also have a wonderful group. If you want to join, just look for the Inspired Riders, a supportive group for horse people. And it's really a wonderful group. There's over 1,700 people in there, and everyone is so kind and supportive. And I'm like a really good protective mama bear, so if there's anything weird energy, I send them away. So it's really a safe space on the internet, believe it or not. So if you want to join, you're more than welcome to. So there you go.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it. And yes, it is a great group. I will back that up. It is a very supportive group and lots of good info on there too. So, Beth, I want to thank you so much for sharing all your knowledge with our listeners. This was just an incredible show. I loved every moment of it. There were so many highlights and tips and tools that you brought out. I have a whole page written down of notes. So I just want to thank you so much, Beth, and I want to wish you a very magical month ahead until you and I chat again on Robust Lifestyle Show.
You're most welcome. Thank you again for having me, and may the horse be with you always.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, wow. And I would like to thank all of our listeners for listening to this amazing show with our absolutely incredible diva, Beth Lorne Parrish. Please share this show with all your family and friends, and be sure to check out all the other shows and with the hosts on divasthatcare.com. And with that, remember, Beth will be back next month with more tips and tools from her knowledgeable wisdom to share with us. And some of the highlights that she gave us today, we have so much power from within. And remember to focus on your breathing, to be in that present moment, and to bring out that wonderful power that is within us all. And when you bring that out, you can touch on your heart level energy, which will expand on your magic that you can share with the world. So with that, I would like to wish each one of you a very magical day, and be kind to all. Give your animals a great big extra hug, and share all your love with them as they so deserve it. And until we connect again on Robust Lifestyles, stay strong and healthy.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.